Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Talk News. Thanks for letting me take that little break. I needed it. We've been on vacation for about a week, maybe a little bit more. And we've spent some great time with family. And I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year's. So, hop into the comments and tell me, what did you do for New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and what did you do for Christmas and or Hanukkah? Or I think that we were on up until the end of Hanukkah. So, anyway, how do you celebrate? How does your family celebrate? And do you agree with me that all of America has cause to celebrate right now? That we are finally flexing our muscle and reminding everybody that we are the big cat when it comes to keeping things in order. I love that everybody wants America to be the world police, but they don't want us to police the world. They just want us to be there in case they feel like telling us to be there. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a second after I say hello. Hello, Francine. Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a fantastic New Year. Hi, Colleen. How are you? Hello, Mickey Patrides. How are you doing? Have the usual Chinese food with family New Year's Day. Oh, that's great. What did we do New Year's Day? I can't remember. I think we were a little bit all suffering from a headache New Year's Day. We had some fun on New Year's Eve. We went to a local Italian restaurant and we sang and we drank some more and we sang some more. So it was good. Anyway, so what am I referring to when I say that America is the big cat? I'm talking about what President Trump did to Maduro. Hello, Lisa Franco. Spent it with my family and my year-old grandson. Oh, let me tell you something. I am sure you know this already, but those grandbabies, especially grandsons to grandmas, light of my life. Light of my life. So I know how wonderful your New Year's and Christmas must have been, especially if he's your only one. I only have one, and he's my BFF. We do a lot of things together. Hello, Susan Durema. Happy New Year to you. Holy smokes, it's Martin Lee. How are you, Marty? Good to see you here and up and around and feeling good for the new year. 2026, I hope, is going to be a healthy one for you, Martin. And let me tell you, you're still an inspiration to me. You've missed a little bit. I was diagnosed with a fatty liver, even though I'm not a drinker, and it really psyched me out. And so I went on keto and I've lost 12 pounds. I'm not even hungry. It's amazing. Hello, Debbie Lebedo. Good to have you. I know that your Christmas and New Year was wonderful. I followed you on the Facebook, like my son all over again. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it amazing? It really is. I my daughter and I had a wonderful and still do have a wonderful relationship. And my son and I had a wonderful relationship, but it's just something different about the grandson. He actually likes me and he lived with me. So it's not like he got to go home. He actually lived with us from the time he was 2 years old up until he graduated, and he still comes home here now from college. I don't know, it was a different kind. I guess your mindset is different when you're older, but I love it. He's going to be 21 in March. Holy moly, my little boy. And he's turned into a great man. But I think that grandparents have the patience and have so much more to teach young children than when we are young parents and we're trying to do all the things, and maybe we don't appreciate how fleeting the years go by when we're younger. We think there's always going to be tomorrow, and there's not. With grandparents, you're older, you go slower, and you teach them a lot. And I have to say that my grandson is really very mature for his age. Hello, Joshua. Good to have you. Democrats would do this to Israel's prime minister, getting Netanyahu and get their rocks off with illicit narcs supplied by Venezuela. Yeah, you're right. How are you, Beer Nut? I was thinking about you and Bonnie today. Happy New Year. So good to have you and to see you. Hello, Ezekiel Williams. How am I? I'm great. How are you? Happy New Year to you. We predicted on our own kids and got it right with the grand. Yeah, practiced. I'm sorry, practiced. Yes, we practiced on our kids and got it right with the grandkids. Yeah. My mom said it was so much different with her baby's baby. It really is. It's, I think it's the patience. But anyway, who else had some patience? President Trump had some patience. Happy New Year. He talked to Maduro. He told Maduro give himself up. Maduro didn't. Um, and well, FAFO for real. But I just want to go back before we talk about the Maduro arrest. I just want to go back to 2021. And as much as this may pain people, I have a little clip here from Kamala Harris. Watch.
What's happening at the border, and we have to prioritize why people are going to the border. And so let's talk about what's going on in the places that are causing the issue at the border. I think it's short-sighted for any of us who are in the business of problem solving to suggest we're only going to respond to the reaction as opposed to addressing the cause. And that's just a fact. If we want to, we all know that in our lives, in our personal lives. If you want to deal with the effects of a problem, then you have to go to the core of what is causing it. And so that is the approach we are taking. When the president asked me to deal with this issue, it was about addressing the root causes of migration. And the root causes are based on the problems and the challenges that people are facing in countries like.
So the root causes of why migration was carrying on was because the countries that they were coming from, Venezuela, Guatemala, Mexico, was the horrific conditions in those countries. So Trump went in and took care of the root cause. But all of a sudden, we've got Democrats having hysteria about the whole of it. I mean, I cannot believe that we are having Democrats out there talking about that it's terrible and that it shouldn't have been done, and like Chuck Schumer and those on the morning shows. And also we have some protests going on. Oh, by the way, Neville Roy Singham, we talked about it. Yeah, he's funding those. Hi, will you parachute into Venezuela? No, thank you. No, thank you. But I'll tell you what, I wish I was younger because I would join the military in a minute. If they would take me, I'd do it in a second. Under President Trump, I would be happy to help to carry out those operations. Maduro could have lived in Turkey. Yeah, he could have left. I mean, listen, he stole 2 elections, and he arrested his political opponents. Oh, sound familiar? Yeah, I guess so. And the people don't want him. The people in Venezuela are, the vice president told people to take to the streets to protest. Instead, they took to the streets to celebrate. We are not responsible for other people's problems. Yes, but they think we are, right? They think we are. So Trump went in and took care of our problem. Trump went in and took care of the person who Kamala Harris and Joe Biden had a, $20 million bounty on their head? Now, if there was a bounty on their head, then presumably they did something wrong with the United States, right? We didn't put the bounty on the head. Biden did. So Trump just took care of it. It doesn't even have to collect or pay out the bounty. Works for me. They go against everything Trump does. Oh, absolutely. And it's getting stupid now. That was a hell of a raid, extracting Maduro and wife from a Venezuela military facility. Impressive. No fatalities. Did I say impressive? I mean, yes, you said impressive. It was impressive. But it's not as if Trump didn't talk to him beforehand. But Maduro defiantly, he arrested Americans and was holding Americans hostage in Venezuela because we were taking the drug boats and the cartels down. Well, I'm going to play you a little clip because, I've just about had it. I've just about fucking had it with these bleeding heart. Well, and it's not even bleeding hearts. They're just idiots that will go against the United States no matter what. I can't. They're outside the jail in Brooklyn with free Maduro signs. Yeah, I'll show you that. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to show you the one outside the White House.
From a palace to a perp walk, the White House.
This is a long history of U.S. spot coups in Guatemala in 1954 that led to a 40-year civil war. 40 years that killed over 300,000 indigenous people. In Chile in 1973, the same thing that killed the president Salvador Allende. At night time in El Salvador, that also led to a civil war that killed thousands. And the invasion of Panama, they also dropped bombs. And let me tell you, they dropped them in December. There's a reason why it's happening now. In the time that people celebrate with their families. They have the audacity to kill our people. In the holiday season.
I'm talking and talking and talking. And Colleen, thank you for letting me know that I was muted. I don't know why. Now the left says Iran has an arrest warrant for Trump. So can they take him? I said they can try. I think that that's fine. Let them try. That would be fun. I don't know if it's true, but I read or saw somewhere that China is demanding the release of Maduro and saying that the U.S. should not get involved with other countries. Have you heard that? Yes, I have heard that. China, well, actually, China's starting to mobilize on Taiwan now. It's like tit for tat because what we did. All right, let's get some backstory on what we did. Okay, we need to understand what happened here. Maduro is Russia's lackey. Iran is Russia's lackey. China likes to pretend that they're friendly with Russia and Iran and Venezuela and Cuba, but they're not. China's only for China. And what China wants to do is get everybody eating each other so that they could take over. Okay. So just remember that. Out of all of the bad guys, the baddest guys is Xi in China. Okay. Because they have lots of people and they have lots of money and they have lots of people who can crank out product. And basically they have all of our trademarks. Okay. So China is the bad guy, not Russia, not Iran, not Venezuela, China. But let's see what Trump did. What Trump did was he took Venezuela, which was the dog. Maduro was Putin's dog. Okay. And Venezuela was supplying the oil to places that couldn't get the oil anymore, like when Trump blew up all the oil in Iran. So what had happened was that, remember back in the day, what was the name of that company? The oil company, the Venezuelan oil company. I can't think of it. I could see it in my mind, but I can't think of it right now. These were American oil companies ran these oil fields. But then when Maduro became president, he nationalized those oil fields and took them away from the Americans. So now we went in and we took it back. and we took it back. And once you control the oil, especially midway, right there in that strategic location, then you control a lot. And China's pissed. So China's going to play. This is the biggest game of risk you've ever seen, right? China is going to pretend. They're going to try and keep us engaged. Hold on, I want to just shut this down. They're going to try and keep us engaged on all sides, right? They're going to all act in concert to see how much muscle we have. Now, remember, Russia is out of ammunition, is out of money, it's out of everything. And with Trump taking the Venezuelan oil, he's going to feed that to Europe, and nobody's going to be buying the oil from Russia. Remember. With the Ukraine war, everybody was saying, oh, Putin, he's the bad guy. But they were all buying oil from him. So when they stopped buying oil from Putin, because Trump said, what the fuck are you doing? You're buying oil from him. You're making him richer so he can keep on bombing Ukraine. What are you doing? And the pipeline that was going on, I can't remember the name of it, that ultimately we blew up eventually after, Russia was giving all the oil to Europe. Anyway, so now Maduro was shipping the oil out. So now what Trump did by strategically taking that oil was show them that they're not going to screw around with America and that he's a really smart guy. Now, Iran, the Ayatollah is looking to flee. Now, Trump has talked to him. He told him, look, it doesn't have to be this way, but you keep on threatening America and we're going to come after you. I don't know if it's true. All right, we read that one already. Bounty was 50 million. Oh, okay, right. Okay, sorry. Yes, all right. all right. Am I still muted? No, I am talking. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, Trump, for frying my family in Venezuela. You Democrats just want anything to cry about when Joe Biden put the bounty on him. Okay, I'm not. I think I understand this comment, but I'm not sure. China wants the bootleg oil. Yeah. They thought they were going to move right in. See, they didn't count on Trump being a badass. Trump's a badass. Where are we? Okay. They get it as a loan repayment. Yeah, I know that. How are you, Ramon? Good to have you. Chevron. No, they can't come here and take Trump, not Trump or any other U.S. president ever. That's correct, because we have more guns than everybody. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This is a chess game all to get China. Yeah, and Russia. This is, this is to break up that unholy alliance between Iran, China, Russia, Cuba, Venezuela. This is the breakup of the unholy alliance. There's going to be an extra oil. Venezuela will descend into chaos. Oh, absolutely. Nord Stream pipe. That's it. Pipeline that the FBI blew up. That's it. Anything the left hates, it's a win for America. Yes, it is indeed. There are no U.S. troops in Venezuela, so nothing much has changed. No, that's not true. The troops were on the ground a couple of days ago getting Maduro. Something will change, though. I am sure. As a matter of fact, what do we have? Colombia now. We have alliances with all the countries surrounding Venezuela, and they all have troops out. I'll show you in a minute. They are controlling the oil because the equipment that they're using is military. Okay, hold on a second. Let us see. Here we go.
From a palace to a perp walk. The White House Rapid Response Team releasing this video showing Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro being escorted through the halls of the New York City DEA headquarters. Maduro wishing the agents a happy new year. Maduro in custody hours after U.S. forces carried out a daring overnight blitz operation inside Caracas, capturing the indicted Venezuelan leader and his wife. President Trump calling the mission
one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might.
The commander-in-chief watching it all unfold from Mar-a-Lago. The Venezuelan regime leader and his wife now behind bars, awaiting their first court appearance, charged by the government with drug trafficking and narco-terrorism. President Trump also declaring that for now, the U.S. will run Venezuela.
We are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
The president saying the U.S. will take back American oil facilities that Venezuela nationalized.
We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies.
He was pressed over whether that means U.S. troops in Venezuela.
We're not afraid of boots on the ground. We had boots on the ground last night.
President Trump later telling the New York Post that won't happen if the Venezuelan vice president, handed presidential powers, does what the U.S. wants. And Democrats sharply criticizing it.
This is an illegal war. There is zero legal rationale for waging war within or against Venezuela without a vote of Congress.
And this morning, Willie, Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez with a defiant message for the United States. She announced the operation as an illegal kidnapping and called on Venezuelans to take to the streets. It comes, Willie, amid heightened security in neighboring countries. You could see tanks lining up in Colombia near the Venezuelan border. Cuba condemning the American strikes as an act of terrorism, and Mexico also slamming the operation and urging the UN to de-escalate tensions.
All right, we have a lot of people joining us. Hello, Patrice Masson. Valerie Pepe, good to have you. Please, everyone, I see that a large influx of people came in off of YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and put up a comment. And they left again. Yes, the boots, they're there, they left. But we're working with the military of the other countries. So we're there, believe me, we're there. We are witnessing a great history in the making. Amazing president. God bless him. He knows he has to get as much done as he can before his time's up. Absolutely. But the most important thing is that he's trying to protect America. Trump hints military action on Cuba, Mexico, and Colombia. That's where we need to, what we need to do. We need to break them up. They are unholy. All the surrounding countries have denounced the kidnapping. No. Maybe P. Diddy will share his oil with them. Yeah, right, exactly. Venezuelan tankers have CCP and Russian technology that's infiltrating borders. Venezuela has CCP and Russian infiltrating. But I mean, what does that mean? Infiltrating borders. In what way? Effing Mister. Okay. No, they didn't. I'm not sure the didn't is. They are cheering. Not sure. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that the people on this channel are definitely voting red, and this is what we voted for. But you could go find a pussy channel to go play on. Saddam Hussein was captured. Osama bin Laden was eliminated. Nicolás Maduro was captured. Zoran could be next. Yeah, well, these are his people. The Democrat Socialists of America, in prior shows while he was running, they were talking about uniting the North and South America and making it one universe and getting rid of, America, the American president and democracy. So you never know. You never know. Okay, let's see. Venezuelans all around the world have spoken out against libtards. Absolutely, they have. Don't watch NBC News. It's dem bias. Yes, it is. Steele Derek. Yes, indeed. China now takes Taiwan. I don't think so. I think that we will stop that. China wants to take Taiwan, but they're not going to. See, that's the whole thing. Is nobody expected America to do what America has done. Nobody expected us to flex the muscle. We are not a bunch of pussies. We are strong. All the little men dressed as girls who wanted to infiltrate the military, they are pussies, but they're not there anymore. Americans will do what is right to protect America and to stop the buildup of countries to act against us and the inside infiltration that's going on from the pro-Palestine people and everything else. You look at those people that were protesting, they were not Venezuelan. Okay, we already spoke about that. I think the sports world should express how they feel, especially the Venezuela baseball players that are active in the freedom of their country. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Val. Liberals mad that Trump didn't bring Maduro to justice, then mad when he did. Listen, again, it was Biden that put the bounty on Maduro's head. It was Kamala Harris who said we have to stop the immigration at its source by helping the people. Now we're doing it, and we have idiots who are saying that people are upset about it. They are not upset about it. Everybody wants to be in America, and if America could be where they live, they wouldn't want to leave. Socialism and communism has one thing in common: it doesn't work. It sure doesn't, Ramon. Let's see. Trump gave permission. What? No. What? Are you crazy? Absolutely not. Trump did not give permission for China to take Taiwan. Why would Trump undermine Taiwan? Get out of here. Read, play risk. Think about it. From what I've seen of the Venezuelan people, reminds me of Iraq's population after Saddam fell. Jubilation. Absolutely. The problem is that you're not going to see it on all the news media. They just won't do it. Those who fail to learn from history are bound to repeat it. Patrick, you are 100% correct. And it seems like the libs, well, I don't know if they want to repeat this. I don't know what they want. They want America down. This is a FAFO guy, a true leader, MAGA. Absolutely. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Trump, for helping my family by removing this hateful dictator. Thank you. Venezuela loves you, Trump. Trust only 777. I know that is what people are thinking in Venezuela. Action does speak louder than words, and that's what he's going to do now. He is not. The days of the pussification of America are over. Mark my words. We are not pussies. You might have thought we were pussies, and maybe that last 4 years was necessary because people went to sleep thinking that America was pussified, and now they see that we're not, and that's good. Trump will change Venezuela by giving the people food, shelter, and a vote for democracy about one or out. Absolutely, Maria will be in. I'm sure. Trump finished the job Trump did the job that Biden and Harris claimed that they wanted to do, but they didn't. And, they all wanted to undermine America. China propped $100 billion in propping up Venezuela, and now. Well, China's pissed. Viva Trump is right, Mr. Brown. Thank you. China's pissed, Danny. They got the rug pulled out from under them. Trump blew Bubba. Get the hell out of here, Jimmy. Oh my God. All my family. Thank you for joining us, JNS. All my family, Venezuela is all in a party. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, how could it not? How could it not? It was a beautiful country and a wonderful ally, and now it's a mess and it's disgusting because it's a drug country. Look, it's like Cuba. Cuba was once a beautiful country. Now it's a mess. This is spreading democracy. The funny thing was the libs kept saying the end of democracy. No, this is spreading democracy. People need to read the Monroe Doctrine. Everyone who is against these actions are not from there. They are white elitists. Yeah. Or they're Muslims from, Free Palestine, these protesters. He's not Sleepy Joe Biden, that's for sure. No, he is not, is it? The last 4 years was necessary. Unfortunately, the next 4 years with Mamdani will have the same effect after it's over. New York may turn red. I hope you're right. I can't see it. I think they're going to put in too many bars to stop anybody from recognizing them from cheating. That's the concern, right? That's what happened with Venezuela. When you have a dictator, the dictator makes sure that they stay in power forever and ever. And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen in New York. It's already happening. If you look at Queens and the community board, there's all kinds of groups that are pro-Mamdani groups that are looking into the elections and how to protect elections from cheating. No, they control the election. So Mamdani, remember, Mamdani now controls the board of elections and all the judges. No good. No good. I don't see how New York ever elects a red again. And now with the idiots who got rid of Elise Stefanik and put in Bruce Blakeman, New York is done. My mom is 91 and she said New York City is changing so much. Yeah, it's horrible. I don't understand all these liberals crying about Maduro being in prison. It's alien to me. Hello, Mr. Brown, I guess. Listen, I don't understand it either. It's just anything that's not Trump. Leftists should start using. You're terrible. Like Trump wants to do, lie and steal for the third term. Oh, sweetheart, he doesn't need a third term. He's done. He knows where he's bringing the country. And when J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio take over, they'll just continue the work. We don't need Trump to have a third term. He needs to relax. He could be their mentor. He's done a good job. This is why new immigrants voted for Trump. Real leadership that's changing the world. That's right. Steal Derek, because that's what they fought to escape. And he's now freeing everyone. So this is what you could say in your own country and have a democracy. Something as wonderful as America. Maybe not exactly, but at least moving in that direction. Empowering the people to do for themselves instead of coming here and stealing from our government like our Somalian friends. My country was under a dictatorship until 1974, also finally free, just to sign into another dictatorship, EU, unfortunately. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear about it. What's happening? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Brown. He said he's going for a third term. No, he didn't. He said it is not possible for him to have a third term. Why don't you change the channel and watch some real news? Why don't you watch some foreign news? Al Jazeera. How's that? Or BBC. No king's protesters are crying over a king being captured. Yeah, that's very good, Ramon. Okay, I'm really late. He's absolutely right. Why lie? Nobody's lying, dear. Unfortunately, there are going to be those of you that are so deranged in the brain that you don't understand how democracy spreads. What Trump did to Maduro is exactly how democracy spreads. Okay, everybody. You think Soros is paying the protesters? Actually, it's Neville Roy Singham. And he's worse than Soros. He's in line with Soros, but he's the one that is in with Mamdani. So we did a whole show on this back when, I can't remember, about 3 months ago. Take a look. And the funny thing was YouTube just killed the algorithm. You got to go to my page, subscribe, look, and find the Neville Roy Singham show. We uncovered everything, and Mamdani and the Democrat Socialists of America. Let's see. Oh dear. No, you're the one that's misinformed, darling. You need to read a newspaper and stop watching MSNBC. I wish Trump came to my country to run it also. I think that once America gets back up on its feet, we're going to start to see the UK and other European countries get their shit together. France, Italy, we've already, she's a firebrand, that one. So they're already on the right track. Germany. So Poland. They're going in the right direction. Trump is going to do what he needs to do, and you'll watch the other countries will follow. Who's next? Iran. The Ayatollah, 100% Iran. Walls for president. Okay. And you can have a whole bunch of tampons, Craig. Yes, pussification of America. Let's all have it. Why not? Have a great night, Valley. I just want to drop in. Thank you. I hope you're well. Happy New Year. Thank God President Trump and the adults are in charge. Mark, finally. Absolutely. Thank you. Good night. Good night, everybody. Oh, yeah. I hope that's the team that runs, doing a real looming New Yorker Italian American. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. Indeed, John. Good night, Colleen. Well, I don't know where you get your news, dear. Sensi Rob, but you need to get it from somewhere else. The UK is doomed. I know it is. I'm sorry about that. My Pillow versus Tim. Oh, thank you, Craig. I'm glad you were kidding. Thank you, Letitia. Good night. Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Bye, all.